Hello everyone, I'm Anas Al Ubaidi, and this is the third lecture or third session within chapter 19 of the Advanced Medical Science Liaison and Medical Monitor Certification Course Program by CCRPS. So, in this third session or third topic or third lecture within chapter 19, as chapter 19 is about the advanced monitoring strategies. And the topic within this chapter is about the advanced compliance monitoring and investigator training. Introduction. Advanced compliance monitoring and investigator training, or PI, principal investigator training, are indispensable pillars of a clinical trial success. These processes, the advanced compliance monitoring and investigator training, not only uphold the integrity of research data but also safeguard participant or patient safety while ensuring trials meet global regulatory standards. As compliance monitoring or advanced compliance monitoring involves systematic oversight to confirm that trial protocols are adhered to, minimizing deviations that can compromise data quality or ethical guidelines. On the other hand, investigator training or principal investigator training ensures that those overseeing clinical trials possess the knowledge and skills necessary to execute their responsibilities effectively. Compliance monitoring guarantees every aspect of a trial aligns with the critical regulations, including ICH GCP, International Council for Harmonization's Good Clinical Practice Guidelines, and FDA, Food and Drug Administration agency requirements by identifying risks early and implementing corrective measures. Strong compliance frameworks promote consistency across multiple sites, especially in large multinational trials, the high-scale or large-scale trials uh, that, that are global or international, enhancing both regulatory adherence and operational reliability. Simultaneously, investigator training addresses challenges such as protocol complexity, variability, and investigator expertise, and the increasing integration of new technologies in clinical research. Comprehensive training program or programs allow the investigators or the principal investigators to manage trials efficiently, reducing bias errors, ensuring patient welfare, and improving trial outcomes. Together, these practices foster a seamless collaboration among stakeholders, providing confidence that the results of clinical studies can withstand rigorous scrutiny. Now, the key points for the topic. Compliance will start with compliance monitoring or advanced compliance monitoring. As the definition and role here, compliance monitoring ensures all activities during clinical trials are conducted in line with established protocols, ethical standards, and regulatory requirements. It is a proactive process aimed so it is a proactive approach aimed at preventing protocol deviations and maintaining high data quality. The importance of advanced compliance monitoring or compliance monitoring, despite of the order, ensures participant patient safety as protects participants or patients or subjects by adhering strictly to dose adjustments, AE, adverse event documentation, and other safety protocols. Example, monitoring ensures accurate application of dosing limits for high-risk populations like pediatric patients, preserves data integrity, confirms that trial data is accurate, complete, and traceable. Example, detecting discrepancies or inconsistencies between source documents as of site source documents and electronic case report forms or ECRFs, or the other terminology for it, other experts might call the ECRFs as EDC, electronic data capture, during site visits. ensures regulatory compliance, verifies compliance with ICH-GCP, International Council for Harmonization's Good Clinical Practice, 21 CFR Part 312, and other global standards reducing risks of audit failures. Example, reviewing consent forms to ensure proper documentation and participant understanding. The key or key points here of compliance monitoring strategies or key compliance monitoring or advanced compliance monitoring strategies. We have regular site audits, ensure adherence to trial protocols, including drug storage, the study drug storage, AE, adverse event logs, and data entry practices. Example, on-site visits, reveal improper refrigerator temperatures for investigational products or study medications, IP or SM storage, prompting immediate corrective action. Centralized monitoring utilizes data aggregation tools to flag anomalies remotely. Example, identifying data entry delays across multiple sites, allowing study managers to prioritize outreach. Risk-based monitoring, RBM, focuses monitoring efforts on high-risk sites or activities based on dynamic data assessments. Example, allocating more resources to a site with a record of protocol deviations compared to one with consistent compliance. Real-time alerts implements digital tools that provide dynamic, automatic alerts for protocol non-adherence. Example, an alert triggers when blood sample collection exceeds protocol-defined time windows. Biospecimen lifecycle tools track samples to prevent mishandling or expiration. Example, automatically notifying a site when specimen transport conditions are outside acceptable parameters. The key takeaway here, as a proactive and strategic driven compliance monitoring ensures trials operate smoothly with preserving ethical integrity and regulatory alignment. And here we have a summarized diagram unveiling the dimensions of compliance or advanced compliance monitoring. As compliance monitoring, we have ensures participant safety or patient safety, preserves data integrity, ensures regulatory compliance. Investigator training or principal investigator training, definition and role. Investigator training educates clinical investigators or the principal investigators and site staff as well on their responsibilities, empowering them to manage trial protocols effectively while ensuring consistency across sites. The importance of this training as trial integrity ensures a uniform understanding of protocols and procedures among all investigators. Example, consistent interpretation of inclusion-exclusion criteria across global trial sites reduces enrollment errors or bias. Regulatory compliance prepares investigators to meet country-specific requirements, ensuring a smooth operations during regulatory inspections. Example, training on ISO 14155 compliance for European device trials. Error prevention, preventing errors, reducing avoidable mistakes, such as misreporting AE adverse event severity or errors in data capture. Example, training staff on accurate electronic case report form ECRF completion processes minimizes transcription errors or bias. Essentials of investigator training. We have protocol knowledge. One of the essentials as investigators must thoroughly understand trial objectives, timelines, and operational requirements. Example, training ensures investigators or the clinical investigators or principal investigators correctly apply stratification criteria in a phase 3 drug trial. Ethical and patient safety training as reinforces the importance of informed consent, participant confidentiality, and emergency response procedures. Example, mock consent scenarios help investigators anticipate and address patient concerns. Data collection and documentation teaches investigators or clinical investigators how to maintain accurate, complete, and verifiable trial records. Example, real-time data capture training prevents delays in adverse event reporting. Good clinical practice GCP comprehensive training on ICH GCP guidelines ensures investigators understand trial conduct and compliance expectations. As example, preparing investigators to handle protocol amendments efficiently. Monitoring collaboration encourages seamless interactions between investigators, study monitors, and sponsors. Example, ensuring investigators maintain updated pharmacy logs for audits. The key takeaway here, as comprehensive investigator training sets the foundation for efficient trial management, ethical patient care, and reliable outcomes. And here is a summarized diagram on components of investigator training, as the components are trial integrity, regulatory compliance, error prevention, and protocol knowledge. Challenges and resolutions, or challenges as solutions. And the challenges here, we have compliance variability. Different sites may have inconsistent interpretations of protocols. Solution: conduct periodic refresher training and reinforce best practices through monitoring feedback. Financial constraints: costs for on site training and audits constrain budgets. Solution for that Solution for that: use hybrid training models with e-learning, electronic learning modules to reduce costs. Protocol complexity: detailed or highly technical protocols may increase chances of deviations. Solution resolution for that: simplify training content with visuals and case studies to emphasize practical application. Recent advancements here, despite of the order, we have digital compliance tools. As in digital compliance tools use centralized platforms to track adherence across sites and flag deviations immediately. Example, dashboards highlight trends in AE delays, prompting targeted site visits. Standardized global training initiatives, industry-driven programs like SCDM certification establish uniform standards. Example, rollouts of ICHE 6R3 training modules ensure international compliance. Interactive electronic e-learning modules use virtual environments to simulate real-world trial scenarios. Example, as of investigators or clinical principal investigators perform mock adverse event evaluations during a virtual training session. The key takeaway here, recognizing and mitigating common challenges through innovative and cost-efficient solutions strengthens trial consistency and integrity. And here is a summarized diagram on overcoming clinical trial challenges as compliance variability, inconsistent protocol interpretations, monitoring feedback, protocol complexity, detailed protocols, simplified training content. Then here we have hybrid training models, on-site training costs, financial constraints, some standardized training initiatives, digital compliance tools, and then recent advancements in all towards or being used towards the challenges in clinical trial management in order to apply resolutions for these challenges. Applications for real world mastery, a concept and practical application for each. And the concepts here, we have risk-based monitoring, protocol knowledge, centralized alerts, global training standards, investigator workshops, and ethical training. Final takeaway, as advanced compliance monitoring and investigator training are foundational to ensuring the success of modern clinical trials. Together, these practices uphold the highest standards for participant safety, data quality, and protocol adherence. By leveraging advanced tools, implementing global standards, and fostering continuous education, the MMs, medical monitors, or advanced physician medical monitors, can confidently lead trials that meet both operational and regulatory excellence. And here is a summarized diagram on ensuring clinical trial success. As here we have the starting from left to right, investigator training, advanced tools, implementation, global standard adoption, and then continuous education. Summary tables, as the following table summarize what we have covered through this lecture. And here is a table on key compliance monitoring strategy description, example, benefit, impact on trials. Strategies, we have regular site audits, centralized monitoring, risk-based monitoring, real-time alerts, and biospecimen life cycle tools. Another table on investigator training essentials as a key focus area, objective, example, benefit, application in trials. Key focus areas: protocol knowledge, ethics and patient safety, data collection, good clinical practice, GCP and monitoring, collaboration. Another table on challenges in compliance monitoring and training. The challenge, impact, solution, example, outcome. Challenges: we have compliance variability, financial constraints, protocol complexity, rapid staff turnover, and data handling errors. Another table on advancements in compliance monitoring and training as advancement description, example, key benefit, real world impact. Advancements: we have digital compliance tools, electronic learning modules, standardized global programs, risk-based real-time alerts, and then virtual training workshops. Practical applications for mastery concepts. For each concept, practical application, example, benefit, outcome. Concepts: we have risk-based monitoring, RBM. We have protocol knowledge, centralized alerts, global standardized training, and the investigator workshops. Application table: here we have scenarios. For each scenario, key principle apply, key actions, timeline, and what to watch out for. Scenarios: we have identifying deviations in pediatric trials, oncology trial investigator workshop, ensuring global adherence in multinational trials, site selection for cardiovascular study, monitoring serious adverse event, SAE reporting, consistency, processing consent forms for Alzheimer's study, frequent investigator turnover at multinational sites, pharma trials in remote locations, delays due to protocol complexity. Completing with scenarios, we have resolving, non-adherence and adverse event logging, AE logging. Then we will be revising what we have covered using some MCQs or multiple choice questions. Question 1: what is the primary focus of risk-based monitoring in pediatric trials? Is it A, conducting general site visits once yearly, B, focusing on sites reporting higher rates of dosing deviations, C, eliminating real-time alerts for safety concerns, or D, avoiding monitoring activities altogether? And obviously the answer will be B, as focusing, the primary focus will be focusing on sites reporting higher rates of dosing deviations, as risk-based monitoring prioritizes resources on high-risk areas such as sites with frequent deviations to enhance participant safety and ensure the integrity of the trial data. Question 2: why is comprehensive investigator training essential for oncology trials? Is it A, to minimize discussions on protocol adherence, or B, to ensure accurate AE reporting and adherence to eligibility criteria, or C, to reduce the complexity of eligibility requirements without oversight, or D, to allow investigators description in interpreting protocols? So comprehensive investigator training is essential. It is essential for oncology trials or any other kind of a trial, actually, in order to maintain accuracy. So here, or to ensure accuracy. So it is B, to ensure accurate AE reporting and adherence to eligibility criteria, as proper training ensures investigators understand and strictly follow key aspects of the protocol, such as AE reporting, which maintains data accuracy and patient safety. Question 3: what should be considered when selecting sites for a cardiovascular study using risk assessment practices? A, distance to major cities only. B, infrastructure, investigator expertise and audit history. C, prior clinical trial experience without review of compliance, or D, compliance variability being disregarded. So the answer here for what should be considered when selecting sites for a cardiovascular disease, and actually for any disease, for any study, kind of a study, not only cardiovascular, using risk assessment practices, is to ensure or to consider the infrastructure, principal investigator expertise, and for any audit history. So it is B, as evaluating site readiness, such as infrastructure and historical performance, ensures the site can meet compliance standards and handle trial procedures efficiently. Question 4: which action improves the compliance in remote pharma trials? Is it A, avoiding real-time tracking of shipment timelines, B, implementing digital systems with real-time alerts for deviations, C, conducting conducting all monitoring through on-site reviews only, or D, ignoring protocol deviations if reported after a delay. So it is P. B, as of implementing digital systems with real-time alerts for deviations, as digital compliance tools provide real-time insights into protocol adherence and shipment issues, improving oversight in geographically dispersed trials. Question 5. What can help address delays in adverse event AE logging or logging caused by non-adherence? Is it A, manual submission of records at all sites, B, training staff in electronic data capture systems, EDC systems, C, relying solely on verbal communication for AE reporting, or conducting biannual AE auditing without interim checks? So it is B, as training the staff in EDC systems, but as or by using digital tools, as using digital tools for AE logging ensures, or logging ensures, timely and consistent reporting, and training staff minimizes the risk of errors or bias or delays in compliance. And here we come to end of this lecture. Thank you very much and goodbye.